2005 Chevy Silverado 1500 with the service airbag light coming on. Let's go ahead and see if we can fix it. So I'll just show you really quick here what's going on. If I go ahead and start it, you can see down below here in the message board, change engine oil. And then it says service airbag right there. And you can see that the airbag light is on over here and it will not turn off. So let's go ahead and hook up our scan tool, see what's going on. So with the scan tool hooked up here, you can see there is a code for the supplemental inflatable restraint, which is going to be our airbag system. If I click on it, you can see B0101, discard electronic front end sensor. So that's going to be our crash sensor. So you have two of those up front. Sensor 1 is going to be the driver's side, and then sensor 2 is going to be the passenger side. So what I think I'm going to do, since it's only bringing up one code, I'm going to swap the driver side sensor with the passenger side sensor, and then we'll rescan and we'll see if it moves the code over to the passenger side. So let's do that next. So you'll want to go ahead and crawl underneath the front of the vehicle here, and the crash sensors are right up here on this cross member bar, and it's kind of hard to do it with the skid plate in the way, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that real quick. So you have 4 15mm bolts. Go ahead and remove that skid plate. So now with the skid plate out of the way, you can see our crash sensor right there. That's going to be the passenger side, and then if you come over here, it's going to be your driver's side one there. So what we're going to do is pull both of these off, and then we're going to flip spots with them, and we'll see if that code moves. So next you'll want to go ahead and unplug it. So there is this orange locking tab. You can see this must have broke. It's just plastic here, but you just pull out on that locking tab, and then I like to take a screwdriver, or you can use your thumb. You'll press in and unplug the sensor there. I just use a flathead here, stick it up in there, and then just pop out the plug for it. And then you'll go ahead and grab a 10mm. We'll go ahead and just pull this sensor off of here. Just unscrew that. And then you can just remove your sensor here. So that's what that looks like. So I'll go ahead and do the same here to the passenger side. Pull up that locking tab. Grab your screwdriver, push in on the tab. Go ahead and unplug that. And we'll go ahead and unscrew this one. Just make sure you don't get these mixed up. Okay, so there's that one. So now I'm going to take the driver's side one here. We'll put this onto the passenger side. And there is that little tab up in here where it kind of sits up into your radiator support there. Go ahead and get this one snug. And I'll probably just go finger tight on that, just because we may be replacing that. I'll go ahead and plug this in. And now I'll go ahead and put the passenger one that we removed here. I'll go ahead and throw that on the driver's side really quick. So you can see I got the driver's side back on there. So now let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and start it, and we'll see what pops up. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and start it again here. Just make sure that airbag light still comes on. There we go, airbag light's on, and then it says service airbag. So I got my scan tool still hooked up here. Let's go ahead and hit diagnose. Yes, we'll exit the current one. So you can see it still brings up that one. That's because I didn't clear it. So let me go back here. We'll clear code. And then we'll see what it pops up now. Okay, so now you can see showing now B0104 discard electronic front end sensor 2. So that code did move over to the passenger side there. So that's pretty much telling me that there is a problem with that airbag crash sensor. So if I go through here, you can see right there. So yes, discard electronic front end sensor 2. So let's go ahead and try and replace that sensor, and we'll see if that takes care of it. So let me go ahead and pull off the passenger sensor really quick here. So now we'll take a look at our old sensor and then the used sensor that I'm going to be putting in here. So this is the old one. So supposedly the scan tool is saying this one is bad. But when you go to replace these sensors, you want to make sure you look at this number right here, the 151-03522. You want to make sure the new one you buy, this number matches to it, because it pertains to certain vehicles. So you want to make sure that number matches. This is going to be the used one that I'll be putting in. Now, I got this one off of eBay. Like I said, it is used. I tried to find a brand new sensor, but all these companies do not make sensors for these trucks anymore. So you pretty much have to buy them used or find one at a junkyard, but good luck doing that, because as soon as these trucks go into the junkyard, people hoard to them and then they take these off and sell them on eBay. Because this went for right around $75 for this sensor. So as you can see though, it does have a warranty sticker. So supposedly this one has been tested from the company I got it from. So we'll go ahead and throw this on and see if it takes care of that code. But if you notice, the numbers do match right here. So like I said, that's very important. Make sure those numbers match before you buy one on eBay or wherever. So let's go ahead and throw this one in and we'll see what it does. So we'll take your new, or I guess used sensor here. But again, you can see it has this little notch here, and that'll go into the radiator support there. So go ahead and get that tight. Snug that up. And then you can go ahead and plug in your sensor. And then also the orange locking tab here, you can go ahead and slide that in there. So with the new used sensor in, let's go ahead and start it, see what it does here. Change engine oil. And there we go. You can see that the airbag light is off now. And let's just make sure it's not popping up any more codes here. So let me back out of that. We'll go ahead and clear the code. Hit yes. So go ahead and let it rescan here. And there we go. So you can see supplemental inflatable restraint. You can see that it is all normal now. Not popping up with any codes. You can see the airbag light is still off. So that seemed to fix our issue. So lastly, go ahead and throw your skid plate back on with your 15mm bolts here. All right, so that's gonna wrap up the video. Again, this was a 2005 Chevy Silverado 1500. Had the service airbag light coming on. Ended up finding one of the airbag crash sensors bad on the front end there. Went ahead and replaced it, and that took care of the issue. So super easy to do. Hopefully this video helps you out. If it does, hit that like and subscribe button. Check out my other videos. I got a bunch on this truck alone, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.